We take a long time because we want to honor each of the graduates. We hope you don't mind how long this program has been. During the early 1980s, there was a star receiver on Coach Steve Sloan's Rebel football team, Norman Seawright Jr. More importantly for some of us in journalism, he was in the wedding party of one of our distinguished graduates, Rose Jackson Flanoro. My wife Susan and I were at the ceremony when when Rose and Richard Flanoro were married. Some of the groomsmen were football players who had been recruited by Rose. They were big and in the front of that little church in Clarksdale, and they seemed to crush it with their size. During the ceremony, Norman Seawright Jr. sang the Lord's Prayer. The socialites of Oxford who were there to honor Richard and Rose wept as Mr. Seawright sang, and for years the writer Willie Morris would talk about that solo. He actually wrote about it in his book, The Courting of Marcus Dupree. Today, Mr. Seawright will represent parents of graduates in making remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Norman Seawright Sr., the daddy of graduating senior Norman Seawright III.
Dr. Norton, distinguished faculty and guests, class of 2013, parents and friends, I am an engineering student. I just had to get that out. As I entered the university in 1977, 15 years after the historic admittance of Mr. James Meredith to the halls of Ole Miss, it was not an easy time. It was not an easy time in 1962, but it was an idea whose time had come. And each year since that long ago fall, some 50 years later, Ole Miss has continued to evolve into a highly competitive and impressive institution of academia and diversity. As my son, along with your sons and your daughters, sit poised to graduate and go on to pursue advanced degrees or careers in their fields of choice, they will find that their degree from Ole Miss is not simply a piece of paper or a certificate of achievement. No. They will find that this degree will prove to be an impressive calling card into the future. For they now hold in their hands, you all hold in your hands, a degree from the Ivy League of the New South. Yes. No longer is Ole Miss looked upon with the negativity of the past, but the positive hope of a brighter future. A degree from Ole Miss says that we are truly prepared to meet the challenges of today and the advancements for tomorrow. We've earned it together with hard work and diligence, and aided by encouraging, forward-thinking, outstanding, and committed professors, deans, and administrators. 50 years of integration here at Ole Miss, my son, your daughters, our offsprings are graduating into a world filled with infinite possibilities and opportunities, not because of skin color, rather the indisputable revelation of character content. 50 years of integration, 50 years of possibilities, and 50 years of opportunities for everybody who wants to come. Take a minute and just look around you. Look to your left, you can do that, and to your right, and behind you and in front of you. You see an Ole Miss of today And that Ole Miss of today was made possible by the struggles of yesterday. We see a future together filled with human understanding, academic growth, and love for one another. The love chapter, 1 Corinthians, says, love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, is not boastful, is not conceited, does not act improperly, is not selfish, is not easily provoked, does not keep a record of wrongdoings, and finds no joy in unrighteousness, rather rejoices in the truth. Love bears all things. It believes all things. It hopes all things, and it endures all things. Love never fails. 50 years ago, love triumphed over hatred. And 50 years later, love still reigns supreme. Students that enter here at Ole Miss, a beacon of hope for the New South, finding not only a tolerance for all mankind, but an initiator of brotherhood. There have been many success stories that have come through these halls, initiated by a desire to succeed and aided by the wonder, the splendor, and the excellence that is Ole Miss. I am one of those successes. And you here today, you will be the generation of success whose stories will echo through the annals of time. These degrees that you hold today, young people, that you've received from the University of Mississippi, display them with pride. Put them on your walls, put them in your halls, in your homes, on your offices. But the degree from Ole Miss, that degree will forever be implanted as a memory within your hearts. And as you depart these hallowed halls, you depart with a legacy of excellence that shall stand the test of time, both locally and globally, as the University of Mississippi, our Ole Miss, somebody say our Ole Miss, continues to evolve and chart new destinies and new courses. And when you look back on your time here of fun and learning, you will hear her, Ole Miss, forever calling your name, forever reaching out to those desiring to come, and forever imparting excellence on those who remain. 50 years later, continuing onward, continuing upward, we are Ole Miss. Howdy-toddy, y'all.